So students, today we are going to start with chapter 16, water, part 2. In part 1, we have already seen about the pollution of water, disposal of wastewater, and waterworks. Today we will be continuing with the same chapter, and the topic which we'll be learning today are famine and water management. What exactly is famine? Water evaporates continuously, and that is why place where it does not rain for a long period of time experiences a drought. So there are some places where it does not rain for a long period of time. They are known as desert. But at times wherever it rains every year, but there are some time or some year when it does not rain only, not a single drop of water is there, and that is why it experiences drought. And at such places the water level falls in river, wells, lakes, bunds and dams. So wherever the water is collected to fulfill our need for water, the water level goes on decreasing over there. Also the water levels from river, wells, lakes, bunds, that water level goes on decreasing. And some of the rivers and wells and lakes even go on dry. They become fully dry. The land also dries up due to evaporation. So as you can see in the picture over here, the land is fully dried up. And this is just because there is no water, there is no rain, plus there is no water in the ground. So the ground water level has also gone very low. And also humans and animals suffer from the scarcity of water. As we all know that water is very much important in our day-to-day life. And if there is no water, the humans and animals suffer there a lot. Also, there is no water for agriculture, and this condition is called famine. Famine is nothing but the place where it does not rain for a long time, and then the humans and animals over there suffer the scarcity of water. Also, there is no water for agriculture. And famine is a natural disaster. Grains and fodder become scarce during a famine. So whatever grains and eatables are there, they become scarce. Scarce means it is not available over there. Also, you may have read in some states or countries or another parts of the world about famine. So you must have read somewhere, and people living there have to face a lot of hardship. The life over there is not at all easy. They have to face a lot of problems. Animals and plants in that place also suffer. Not only human beings, but animals and plants also suffer. And the government sometimes take temporary moves. And what do? They move the people and animal from the famine-stricken area to the safe place where they can be provided with food, food grain and fodder. Fodder camps are set up to take care of domestic animal. So these all things are done by the government. Wherever there is drought or famine, they move the people over from there to some safe place, and they provide them with food and water. The next part which we are going to see is water management. The rain brings us water again and again, but we get rain only for 4 months. So the rainy season is there from June to September. June, July, August, September. These 4 months only we get rain. And if rainwater is not stored, we will not have water for our daily needs after the rain. So once the 4 months are completed, if the rain goes and winter starts, so we won't be getting water if we do not store them. So to meet the whole year need of water, rainwater must be stopped. And when it is stopped, it percolates in the soil. Percolates means it gets absorbed in the soil. And as the groundwater storage increases, trees get water. So whatever plant grow, they get water from where? The groundwater level. Also the wells to get enough water, and the land can be cultivated. So if we do not store water, it is very difficult for us to uh, get water for the whole year. Several methods are also used to make rainwater seep into the soil, and large dams can be built. So you can see in this picture here, this is a dam. So the dam is built in order to store the water, but that may not possible in all places. And wherever there is such case, the government and the people come together to undertake several works such as building smaller reservoirs and counter bunding, stopping the water of the smaller streams by constructing bunds on bandara. So as you can see, this is a river, and on this bund is built. This is to stop the water in that place so that it gets absorbed in the soil and the groundwater river increases. Also in this method, this is contour continuous trenches. What does this do? Where there is a slope area, the water from there flows directly. It flows directly. So what is done? They have done this contours, trenches, so that the water can slowly come down, or it may be get collected over these places, and the water might get absorbed in that place. That is where wherever the slope area is there, they can use this method that is known as continuous contour trenching. In some places, wells are dug in the river. So river keeps on flowing continuously. So some places the wells are dug in the river beds to allow the water to collect in them. River bed means besides the river, on the river bank. Rainwater falling on the roof of the houses is drained into the large tank. So as you can see in this picture, so whatever rainwater is falling on the roof of the houses, it is collected through the pipe and stored in the large tanks, which is placed beside the house or the building. And using all this method help us to store so much of water. It is very important to use water carefully to stop rainwater from flowing away, to keep it seep into the ground, or to collect it in the tank. So there are various methods here. The rainwater on the roof, it is collected in the tank. Sometimes it is also kept in the wells and the reservoirs, that is the small tanks built besides the houses. Also, the rainwater from some houses are collected in the tank, and some it is allowed to seep in the ground so that the groundwater level increases. Taking steps to ensure that rainwater will be available even in the period after the rainy season, this is called the water management. So whatever method we use to store the water after the rainy season, all these methods are known as water management. So storing the water for a full year, the period after the rainy season, is called the water management. So there are different methods of storing the water. You should always keep in mind that water is life, and water management means stopping or storing water or letting it to percolate into the soil to make it available even after the rainy seasons. So here we come to an end of this chapter. I hope you all have understood.